Hello and welcome back to more AEW and TEW 2020. We are here nearing the end of February, just about to our Revolution pay-per-view. Starting off with the show of Dynamite, FTR is losing to the Black Souls, Brody King and Buddy Matthews. They lose, Brody pins Cash, and Jack Perry came in and also interfered in the match. This is basically just explaining that. FTR are quick after Jack Perry afterwards, but they are laid out by Anthony Gogo. Gogo stands over them. Bret Hart is just kind of watching out. He doesn't want to get physical because he has a scrambled brain. Thanks, Bill Goldberg. I love how much of a hater Bret Hart is. But Jack Perry's yelling at the camera that it was that their glass-skinned buddy put him into this mess. Wow, what a shock. He's throwing shade at CM Punk. Yeah, that's pretty much just all it is. After this, Don Callis is at home. He's very lavish looking place. It's very pretentious overall. You know, you have the overly fancy furnishings. You have the background looks just incredibly. There's a word that I'm looking for, but it's like a fancy version of tacky, but it's like that. And he says, "Sting, my old buddy, I get what you're trying to do. Your last little in-ring hurrah before sailing off into the sunset. Well, I'm not just gonna let that happen. See, the Don Callis family doesn't need deal with you. We don't need to appease you. We're not gonna bow to your whims." And before you can say anything, he's cut off by Jonathan Gresham. Gresham, he says, "Don, I of course appreciate all that you've done to help me throughout my career, but right now I think I feel like I've been lacking in paying that back in AEW. Let me team with Will to kick that old man's ass." And Don Callis, he looks a little bit hesitant. He doesn't seem fully invested in the idea, but he does eventually agree to Gresham teaming with Ospreay against Sting and Darby. So yeah, that'll be a match at Revolution. I guess getting that set up officially. After this, the Adam Page and Brian Keith defeat the Gates of Agony. Brian Keith submits Bishop Khan. And we got a poor gimmick this time. Ugh. Ah well, he'll get better at it, I'm sure. Yeah, no chemistry notes, which is fine. After this, Swerve gets off of commentary. He was on commentary in the match. And slowly starts walking towards the ring. There's a close eye being kept on the Gates of Agony by both Adam Page and Brian Keith as Swerve makes his way over, but they're not really moving as Swerve gets in. They're not going to jump the gun because Swerve has a mic. He looks just about ready to say something when Sawyer rushes in from the crowd and begins beating down Brian Keith. Swerve gets the pounce on Hangman Page. Brawl doesn't really go on for too long before Hardcore Country hits. Mickie James rushes out the Mogul Embassy. They all leave. Swerve looks intrigued by Mickie appearing, but he doesn't get into to interfere as Mickie helps up Brian Keith and Hangman Page. So yeah, Mickie James, she is out here. You can probably see, you might be able to see what I'm kind of going for with this, maybe. Potentially, at least. After this, there's footage of the friendship between Adam Cole and MJF. It slowly pans out until we see Adam Cole himself promptly turns the TV off. He says, "Max Friedman certainly was a damn fine wrestler. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, there's a reason I latched onto him, a reason I played him for the fool. You see, there's always something more beyond that. There's something beyond what Max could see. Something that I alone could see, it seems. And someone that I alone can lead, something that I alone can lead my undisputed kingdom towards. See, I always saw the bigger picture.
Sure, I'm hurt right now. I can't wrestle. I can't fight Max. I can't fight Joe for that world title that I deserve. The thing is, when I get healed, Joe's not gonna have that title. At least I don't expect him to have that title. I look ahead. I see Kazuchika Okada. I see Swerve Strickland, Adam Page, Jay White, Jon Moxley. There's people out there. Max never see. He can never see beyond 5 feet in front of, beyond his own reflection. So, consider this a promise. Not just to Max. Not just to anyone. This is for the entire roster. Listen to me and make this promise clear. Once I'm healed up, once I can finally stand on my own 2 feet, I'm taking that world title. Wardlow, he's going to take the TNT title from either of those old men. I don't care which one. Roddy, he's going to take the Continental title from old fat man Eddie Kingston. Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, ROH Tag Team title, maybe even AEW Tag Team Gold. Well, see, there's a reason we're undisputed, baby. So yeah, just nice. Again, Adam Cole is kind of laying things out for himself. I need to book this group a little bit more, and also a little bit better, for that matter. But yeah. As Renee Paquette is backstage, I forgot to put her on here, interviewing Mickie James about her arrival in AEW and what her hopes are with helping out the company. Before she can say anything, Mustafa Ali comes in and says, Mickie, truly, you're a legend of the business, and you're someone that I am honored to see out here at AEW, but if I look at your career, if I look at everything that you've done, you certainly align with us more than most anyone else, don't you? I mean, you've been treated like trash your entire career. Despite your status as a legend, you've always been kicked down, put aside, and just mistreated. When you have people who you're in the same company as, you're in the same company, Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. So, Mickie, why don't you join us in opening the eyes of everyone that ever mistreated you, misused you, and Mickie, she cuts him off, she's like, no, Ali, I get what you're trying to do, I get what you're going after, and I'm honored that you think that way, but I want to make sure that there's, AEW is as peaceful as it can be, as, up to board as it can be, I guess, and that she can help build the women's division to its greatest strength. Now, looks, he's not necessarily, angered by this, but he definitely is not happy about all of this, and I just realized I forgot to change the venue. Ah, well. Yeah, Ali's not necessarily too happy about this, but alright, sure, he leaves. After this, Private Party defeat Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta. Yes, they get the upset win over the 2 members of Blackpool Combat Club. I will, before I read out this, that also applies for the opening one. I entirely forgot about the Continental Classic rule about no managers. Whoops. Too late now. But after a big move by Wheeler Yuta lays out Mark Quinn and the Godfather, Bryan Danielson yells at Yuta to get ready to make sure that he can, protect Danielson, which allows Isaiah Cassidy to hit a finisher and pick up the shocking win over Bryan Danielson. Isaiah Cassidy quickly rolls out of the ring, celebrating with the Godfather, celebrating with Mark Quinn, as a stunned Bryan Danielson eventually turns his face. He has a shocked face, which quickly goes to him just being angry. He gets up to yell at Yuta, but Claudio, he's already come out. He's between the two of them, and Claudio probably gets into the ring at this point. And he can be heard telling Bryan, hey, Yuta, he's doing his best. You lost this match. And he's out there, he's putting his body on the line for this team. And Bryan, he's very pissed off at this, and just kind of leaves without saying much else. Yeah. Still some dissension in the ranks. After this, Adam Copeland is seen, quote-unquote, training. Having his two trainees hit him with weapons while he's working on his ability to withstand the punishment. He's taking a lot of strikes, probably mostly kendo sticks is probably the big one. Kendo sticks, maybe a couple of chair shots. He's kind of just, it's not like just hit me with a weapon. It's kind of it's training his endurance for that. It's training him to just power through the pain. Because you can always tell he's in pain. He's not no-selling it or anything. But eventually, he tells him to stop, he looks at the camera, and says, "Christian, we've known each other for so damn long. I mean, I already know how much you're going to put into this. And I'm not going to go easy on you either. I've withstood retirement from injury. You've withstood retirement from injury. We're both faced with death-defying matches our entire career. And now? It's been a long time since we've gone against each other, since we've had these death-defying matches against each other, but now we get to duke it out, brother to brother. Christian, we're gonna need you to bring your A game. You'll need it to survive against me." Oh, good God. Oh, no. Aww. No. That's a shame. I'll probably end up changing that chemistry. Oh, I'm gonna change that to neutral. Damn. Late into the match, Sammy ends up being busted open a little bit, as he still wrestles normally, despite David Boy Smith Jr. trying to grab his attention. David Boy Smith Jr. gets into the ring right after the match to try to wipe the blood off of Sammy and bandage him so he stops bleeding, because you can't have blood on TV. Much to Sammy's confusion, David Boy Smith Jr. just reassures him that he's still in training to be a rightful member of the TV producing society. So yeah, just a quick segment, get that over a little bit more. No biggie there. After this, Lexi Nairn interviews... I forgot to make this a storyline. Damn it. Interviews Stokely Hathaway, who is accompanied by Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir. Something that happened on Rampage. And Stoke, he's hyping up the two MMA badasses, saying that they're the greatest strikers in the business. Ronda's a UFC legend, a bona fide MMA Hall of Immortals member. Before he can say any more, Miyu Yamashita comes in and simply asks them to prove it, that they're the greatest strikers. And the size-up happens between Ronda and Mayu. Lexi sends it back to the ring for our main event, I believe, during the stare-down. So yeah, Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, and Miyu Yamashita will be definitely an interesting storyline. And the Guns also pick up a underdog victory. Arguably, all three have kind of been underdog wins on this one, as Austin Gunn submits Nick Jackson. That finishes off our show. 71 rating. I'm always happy with honestly, a low 70s is kind of, I'm fine with that for quite a while. I'll be fine with that. I think we're at it might be mid 60s pop, I think. No, we're high. I think we're like a 68 because we had the one show that we were, whatever. Point is, we have, yeah, I'm fine with these. There was, definitely carried by the one promo. Every other match was, everything else was the same was the same color, which I'm fine with. So, yeah, that does it for this episode of Dynamite. Move on to Collision.